This is the Illiac Suite, a podcast on AI-driven music. Join me as we dive into the ever-evolving world of AI-generated music, where algorithms become the composers and machines become the virtuosos. Yes, this music and text was written by a computer, and I am not real, but
I am, and my name is Dennis Kastrup. Hello humans, this is the first episode of the Illiac Suite, a podcast about music made by artificial intelligence, or better, made with the help of artificial intelligence. And we start today with a song called Ooh, UH, written, performed and produced by the band The Schizonoid. Although that is not really true, the band does not exist. All is written by an AI. And who actually is behind this, I will tell you after the song here on the Illiac Suite, named after the first music piece a computer wrote in 1957. The Schizonoid with Ooh. Before I will tell you the story behind them, a few words in general. AI is at the moment everywhere. It is the hype. It is the topic. And I'm aware that not all of what happens with it evokes optimistic vibes. I totally understand. We have already had many warnings from countless scientists, entrepreneurs or programmers about the impact that artificial intelligence will have on us and our society. That is very complex and also very scary, and I'm also really scared where this will lead us in the end. But we have to live with it. Now, the box of the Pandora is open, and we have to find the positive sides of it too. So let's focus on the music. Yes, we should consider also the danger of tech monopolies that will control the music markets more and more with their AIs. Also, yes, musicians might lose their income. Yes, copyrights questions are really important. Where do we start? Datasets use millions of songs. The copyrights are not clear at all. But other jobs will come up. Art will never be the same from this point on. There will be a new wave of creativity we have not imagined yet. We can just let the music speak by itself. So you will hear on the Illiac Suite some of that AI music. I'm aware by playing these songs I am currently in a gray zone considering copyrights. But let's see. Where and how far can we go? For example, let's talk about the song Ooh from Schizonoid we just heard. What does the webpage say about them?
The Schizonoid are a truly unique band that have taken the music world by storm with their innovative use of technology and their robotic band members. The band was formed with the goal of pushing the boundaries of what is possible in music. and they have certainly succeeded in doing so.
They are on the first music label signing only artificial intelligence artists called Oper AI. I talked with the persons behind the label about their vision, but before that, let's hear another song by the Schizonoid Puppies theme. Schizonoid with Puppies theme. Let's get into what all this is about. The band is on the label Oper AI Records, Oper AI, run by two Italians, Remo de Vico and Jacopo Solari. Remo is an experimental music composer active in theater, cinema and performance art based in Italy. Jacopo is a physicist who works with AI. He is a guitarist and music producer based in Berlin right now. They have been close friends from their university time, and Oper AI was founded in February 2023. How that happened, Jacopo told me in an interview earlier this year.
It was the period of when ChatGPT came out last November and proved to the world that the AI revolution is at our doors. And we've always been brainstorming or talking about new ways of making music, the intersection between music and technology. And I remember this phone call where Remo called me and introduced this idea, and it escalated very quickly because it was, we could do an AI, a label where the artists are AIs. And it was like, yeah, cool. And then we could do that. And then we could do that. And, it escalated very quickly. And we got more and more excited as the more ideas we were putting on the table. But essentially, we wanted to make an art project. We don't want to have a major label like Sony. We are both researchers. I was a researcher in science. He's a researcher in music. So we like working at the edge of the unknown. And this new technology that was out, of course, for a few years already. But ChatGPT really showed that you can interact with this technology, with this knowledge in many different ways, many novel ways. The possibilities and the creative territory was very fascinating for us. So we jumped into it without a clear business plan. We are not businessmen. But we just wanted to have fun, start experimenting with this idea and create the first, let's say our plan was to have a catalog, to create a big catalog as soon as possible. And indeed, the name comes also from that in a way, because Oper AI, in addition to be similar sound-wise to Open AI, also means operai means workers, like worker class workers in Italian. So we wanted the AI to be our worker, to make our work as a musician less tedious, more direct, and see what creative possibility would open if we were lifted from repetitive work, for instance. Instead of being there and say, okay, now I need to come up with a melody or a soundscape for my next track. Let's start with AI. Let's see what it let's just give it a it pronoun. Sometimes I hear he, she, but let's see what it gives to us, and let's start from there. So that if we have many different foundations just at our fingertips, because you can ask these models to give you any kind of outputs, and it gives it instantaneously. We could build very fast a lot of tracks and make this label happen.
So let's hear what they did so far. This is Sushi Time by the artist called Kawahara Yosai. Kawahara Yosai mit Sushi Time. So who is this guy? He has dark hair and a mustache and comes from Japan. The official information goes like this.
Kawahara Yosai is a renowned composer and multi-instrumentalist who has made a significant impact on the Japanese music scene with his unique blend of pop, experimental, and traditional sounds. Born and raised in a small rural town in Japan, Yosai was surrounded by the rich culture and history of his country from an early age.
But how exactly do Remo and Jacopo write his music?
Let's do it chronologically because it makes more sense. We started with the idea of using AIVA, which is this, about it, which is quite the state of the art, I would say, for complete composition generation via AI. So with that, you can create what is called a generation profile, which requires a lot of different inputs, like of course, the tempo, what type of chords, what type of rhythms, and you can choose amongst some pre-made by the company, AIVA, patterns or feeling, and then you can generate a lot of compositions via the same generation profile, and the AI somehow randomizes these parameters and outputs, let's say, 10 different tracks from the same generation profile, so they're on the same style. And I have to say, most of them at the beginning, they were horrible. They didn't work. And that improved as we learned how to use the program more. But at the end of the day, you still have to generate maybe 20 or even 50 composition before you found that 2 or 3 that you really say, oh, wow, this is cool. I want to work on it. And then what we did at the beginning, we took the output from AIVA, which is basically a music score written for computers via MIDI, this protocol that electronic musician and producer use. And we would curate the sound of the composition. We would keep all the section as the AI outputted it, maybe some adjustment here and there. And we would substitute the sound that we like using our own hardware synthesizers or our software synthesizers inside programs like Ableton or Logic, like what is called a DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. It allows you to allowed us to take the output of AIVA and arrange it sound-wise as we like. So in this way, we call ourselves curator of that artist, and this also allows me to say that, in our opinion, the human intervention is still essential in order to compose with AI. We don't make AI compose music for us. We try to interact with it.
We hear another song from the Japanese composer Kawahara Yosai, Women of Ireland. And I think it really works. You can feel Ireland while listening to it. But make up your own mind, Women of Ireland. Women of Highland from Kawahara Yosai. I do not know in which way this song was actually written, but Jacopo tells us now the other way of writing the songs with the help of AI.
We start finding many other different ways. Remo started asking ChatGPT to write code for Sonic PI, which is programming environment for sound, or help him giving an idea for max MSP patches, and that would cut down the time that you have to put, click, and find and experiment. You get something that already is working. And personally, I believe that, especially in electronic music, when the possibilities are endless, if you find a way to limit yourself, say, I only use this synthesizer for this track, I only use this, instead of having all the time the full palette of sound available, it's very helpful for productivity. And AI, one of the good things that we found is that limits yourself. It gives you something that it's already kind of working, and then you can work on top of it. And it's a choice. It doesn't mean that it's better than what is before, and we don't even know if it's going to be better, but we are pioneering all these different ways. So both me and Remo found different styles of interacting with the AI. I told a couple of the one that Remo uses. Last time, I asked ChatGPT to write the arrangement for me for a song in the style of Daft Punk, let's say. And then I started asking more in detail the output that I wanted, because you need to ask the right question, right, to the AI in order to get the right answers. And I ended up with like timestamps, let's say from 0 seconds to 30 seconds, from 1 minute to 2 minutes, and descriptions of all this time interval of what was going on. So the drum is coming, now the bass is leaving, now there is a melody. And then I asked again, write me the melody for the section that you mentioned. And then the melody came out. Then I took some old output from Aiva that I never used because I didn't like it. But I took the MIDI, was there in this project that I'm using. I tried it, it worked. So it's not always like one single workflow. You can mix them, you can experiment with different models. There is text-to-speech, there is text-to-music, there's so many different things, and it's so fun to interact with it.
We just heard Helmut Cartesius with Bare Fronts. The webpage says about him:
Helmut Cartesius is a visionary composer and sound designer whose work seamlessly blends elements of ambient, classical and experimental music. Born in the 1970s, he began his musical journey as a pianist and quickly fell in love with the possibilities of sound manipulation using magnetic tapes.
But where do these characters like Helmut Cartesius and Kawahara Yosai actually come from?
Those are fictional characters. Those were supposed to be the AI entities that I mentioned earlier. But of course, the AI is not so advanced to be a person. So we are the curator, we are the ghost writer of these fictional characters. But all the material that you see online is generated by AI. We do the profile pictures with DALL-E. So those faces that you see, they're not real people. It's just DALL-E making characters for us based on our prompt. And for instance, I'm curating Tremco, which is a techno DJ from Berlin. So I asked the ChatGPT to write a biography for it. And I gave it some more details about how I wanted my character, my alter ego, my AI avatar to look like or to sound like.
Tremco with Telecom Revolution. So who is this guy, Tremco?
Tremco, short for Tim Remco, is a techno producer from Berlin, Germany, who has made a name for himself in the electronic music scene with his unique blend of hard-hitting beats and melodic soundscapes.
Here he goes again with Silicon Heart. Remco from the label Oper AI. As with many artists in the field of AI music, Remo and Jacopo are aware of the fact that AI will shake the music industry. Again, like so many electronic devices did before. They both are musicians by heart, but they also believe we should embrace the change.
Out there's a lot of AI skeptical in the music making community, and it's totally understandable. And on Reddit, if you, I think I posted by mistake with my personal profile, but I made a post on futurology, a very big Reddit, very subreddit, and the post got 40,000 views in few hours. But it also got a lot of negative comments. People saying as if musicians were not struggling enough already, or this is very dystopic. AI music sucks, and we were expecting it. And as let's say, we're also not political, but let me cite this Italian character is not to everybody. Berlusconi taught us that it doesn't matter if they talk badly or good about you. The important thing is that people talk about you. So in that sense was a part of our plan. But yeah, we totally understand the worries in the music community. And we agree with the fact that AI music, as it is without music intervention, it sucks. But we try to see it from a different angle. We just forget about all the morals and all the ethical worries that this revolution is carrying and is producing. Just look at Italy that banned ChatGPT. You cannot access it from Italy. But we just try to have fun and to imagine how it will work.
And with these words, we are ending the first episode of the Illiac Suite. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm excited to share new AI music and new artists with you in the next episodes. Any comments? Write to me, mail@denniskastrup.com. You find that address also in the notes of this episode. Please also write me if you make AI music. I'm curious to hear more and know more about it and maybe play it here in the podcast. So this was it, the first episode. Take care, humans, and behave.